Hello good people, how are you doing? Hope you're all keeping safe. Welcome back to this channel. This is Jill and Says. Just in case you haven't subscribed, kindly do so. And if you have, thank you so much for your support. So I hope you're all keeping safe. You're washing your hands, you're sanitizing, you're keeping well, like you're keeping safe, and you're keeping distance because we all want to get out of this alive, right? Yes. So today I want to talk about dating a narcissist. According to me, a narcissist is somebody who is, according to my understanding, is someone who is egocentric. They think of themselves so highly. They do not care about other people. Like they do not have empathy for people around them. All the time, they do things just to make them happy, irrespective of what the other person feels. So I think most of the time you realize you're dating a narcissist if when you're already out of it. Like you look back and you think, was I dating a normal person? So I think it has taken me so much time to realize that this guy was actually not a normal person. They behave in ways that you do not even understand. So I dated this guy in third year. Okay, from first year to third year of campus, I was like, I don't want to date a campus guy because there was so much drama and there were so many issues about dating people within. So I wasn't that strong. So I was like, I cannot do this thing in campus. So I was dating but outside campus. So in third year, I think I met this man who actually swept me off my feet, if that is a word to be used. So we started dating. I can describe this guy as a hopeless romantic. That guy, like, the romance was there, like the bad boy beat. But the kind of promises that guy would make, or the kind of talk that he would the kind of things that he will say, he will not deliver. And promises were never kept. And for him, those were things that were okay for him. And this guy lied. Like, white lie. So I'll just be giving a little bit of some cases where I really thought this guy was not normal. So this guy had become so close, and I think he was so insecure, so much so that he would follow me even at home, like during holidays, or in campus we had like the long holidays. They would go for like 3 months. So you realize even during these 3 months, we spent most of the time together, and I never visited his home, but he would bring himself to my home. So sometimes he would stay at my place until late in the night, to let's say like 9, 10. And it was me to actually remind this guy that you cannot spend here. I don't know what was going on through his mind, but those are the cases that I was so uncomfortable. This guy would come to my place very early in the morning, like the wee hours of the morning. I would be called by a neighbor like 6:30. He's from a club and he doesn't have any fare back home. So he'd come to my place and he's drunk, confused. So I actually used to ask mom for some money because I didn't have money at that point. So I would give him transport back home. This guy would get drunk and call me 30 to 40 missed calls. So I was just dating this guy. Most of my friends and most of my family, like my sisters, never liked him because he behaved so weirdly. So I still remember he knew I don't know how he got to know my friends and relatives' homes. So whenever we were not in talking terms, he would go camp at one of my sisters' or friends' place, and then tell them, call Sis, and tell him I'm here. Tell her I'm here, and he would be crying, like he used to cry. So most of the time, I was like, is this normal? But I don't even get it how I managed to be in that relationship for that long. We dated for more than a year or something. More than a year or somewhere like 12 months. But I had enough. So I remember most of the time we really used to have issues. And this guy is a person who used to nag. He will not even let you be. So whenever we had a fight, I would switch off my phone and just go to a place I thought he would not find me. So there's a time we were off and it was after campus because we were dating when I was in third year, then he was in fourth year. He left, so I was in fourth year. So there's a time we fell off, like we had issues, so my phone was off. Can you imagine this guy looked for me in campus? Marcelo has the university has 2 campuses. So he ensured that he looked for me everywhere in campus, like from because the first person who told me met him in the morning, like 9 a.m. But he worked in campus all through up to 5 p.m. Then we met. Like we didn't plan. I didn't know he was still around. I thought he had gone. Then when I was just going back to my room, he was also tired going back home. Then we met. I was like, you've been here looking for me the whole day. And you will come and cry and say, I didn't do it. I do it. Most of the time, I just felt like I was babysitting. But I don't know why. Okay, the truth of the matter is he could not let me be. So there's a time also he told me a cousin of his has just come from the US, and that cousin of his has brought a lot of goodies for me, cameras. I was a media student. So he told me the guy, we've just come with the guy, like he came visiting. So he told me the guy dropped me here. He's just around this place. So let's go and wait for him by the roadside. My friend, we waited for the cousin for like 2 hours. Then one of those people who operates the matatu was like, what have you been waiting for? We're like, his cousin. And the guy told us, he told me, it's me who has dropped this guy here when I was going to town. And that was not the first case. So when that person told me like that, I knew this is another scam. And I was actually just thinking, is this guy even sane? Like, was he even okay upstairs? But I could not. I don't know why I could not even ask. I don't know why I could not even seek for help. I was just here. We were in love. But the good thing is, like, he wasn't violent. Another case where I thought, okay, there's a time I had, if you have seen, there's a scar here. I have a scar, like, I had a minor surgery. Back then, there was something, there was a growth here. So when I had that surgery, I was taken to the hospital. Like, I was admitted for like 2 days. So like, normally people came visiting, and now my boyfriend came to visit. So he actually came with nothing. Like, he just came to see me. Like, are you okay? And that was how he used to behave. Even a flower, even a card, even mandazi, like, he just came. Okay. He came, we talked, it was okay, at least he came visiting. Then he met my sister at the hospital and he said, it's okay. What do you want? Like, he wanted to know what I wanted so that I can go and buy. So I just said maybe fruits, because also there were restrictions about the kind of food you can bring into the hospital. So they left. My sister carried my bag because now I didn't want to have a bag in the hospital. So they left for the supermarket. This is funny. When they reached the supermarket, apparently this boyfriend of mine had nothing. Like, he didn't have a coin. And I'm not sure if he was expecting that my sister was the person to pay for the fruits he was going to buy for me. I do not know. So they came back with nothing. My sister also didn't carry a bag, but inside my bag there was some cash. So they used my this guy actually took my purse, used some cash, bought himself a burger. He ate and they came back. Can you imagine? I'm like, yeah, this it's unusual. Like, I didn't understand most of his actions. After that, now I used to go for dressing at the hospital, dressing of the wound. So he would come all the way from his home to my place in the morning. Then we leave for the hospital. Like, I used to go for the first few weeks. I would go for dressing like every single day. So the good boyfriend will come. We'll sit at the matatu. Then he would be asked for bus fare, and he will blatantly point at me. I don't know what was wrong with me. I used to pay. Like, I used to pay everything. Emotionally, financially, I was drained. You're the kind of guy you'd get a missed call, or you get a call in the middle of the night from his friends. And he's like, this guy is too drunk, he's stuck, I don't know where do you want us to take him? I'm like, where? How? I am just a student. I am at home. I do not have a place where you'd want to come to bring that man at this time. So I was like, just take care of him. And he would call and say, now where do I go? I do not have airtime. I do not have money. I do not. Guys, I was drained. And I understand right now why my sisters never liked this man as much. I didn't get why he was like this. There's a time he came at my place, and just like normally he does, he came, we had stories, but that day I released him early. Remember, I had to release him, I released him early. Remember, it was my responsibility to ensure that he leaves my place early enough. so that he goes to his place. So I released him at 6 p.m., took him to the bus station. So before he took a bus back, someone called. And this was a guy. We talked. I do not remember what we were talking about, but I think I laughed at the end of it. And this guy got furious. Like, he was, who is that? You're dating another guy already. I am tired of this relationship. I need a break. Well, that came to me as a relief. Like, you need a break, man. You were ready for a break. Then I was like, take your break. So I asked, okay, I didn't ask how long the break would take. So I just said, it's okay. We are taking a break. Break is good. Like, it was a well-deserving rest. So it was a break. This guy was at my place the next day in the morning. So I just asked him, really, you asked for a break. How long was it supposed to take? He just said, okay, you're already dating and you do not like me and I've been doing ABCD and I'm out of this thing. I'm like, I just asked a question. It's you called for a break. And you're back at my place like a few hours after. How long was the break supposed to take? Then he said, now it's a breakup. Guys, and I think that is how we broke up. I've tried to shorten this, but I think that is the moment we broke up. But even after breaking up with this guy, it took me like 2 years. Even it overlapped into my other relationship. He used to continue with calling me all the time, showing up at my relative's place. Like, I don't know what it took for him to actually disappear, which I doubt if he has disappeared completely. But for me, I think I really got so much lessons from that kind of relationship. And I'm just here saying, you really have to look out. For me, the better part of it, or the good thing about it, is I was dating this guy when I was really young. Okay, there's a positive side and there's a negative side, but the good thing is my parents were so supportive, my family was so supportive, and I did not like indulge into the relationship, sorry, so much so that it could have taken so much away from me. Because this is a guy who used to lie even about his own family members. This guy told me he was the only kid. Like, the mom had only one kid. Apparently, he had a brother we schooled together with, like, the same campus. Though, like, a year behind me. But so much years ahead of. And they looked alike with the brother. So I do not know why he used to really tell me such kind of lies. I don't get it. But most people outside who knew him knew that this is a perfect man. You know that he's suited, a jalang'o suited. He used to match his belt with shoes and he used to dress in this tight. The reason why nowadays I do not like dating such guys is like sometimes they give me a bad memory of this guy. Because I realized that sometimes as ladies we really don't even, and that was a relationship like that I was giving my all. I used to give my all to every relationship I was in, so that if it was supposed to end, then I would be feeling okay and saying I did my part. So this was that kind of relationship where I was like, I am giving my all, and if it doesn't, that is why when he said we are calling it off, I was so happy about it. I remember there's a time we were not in talking terms, so my phone was off as usual. So he went to my sister had a shop in town. She went to my sister's place, the shop, and told my sister he was flying abroad in like a day's time. So he told my sister he had some cash that he didn't want to go with them to the US or live to someone else. So he wanted to go party. And by then I never used to take alcohol. So he was like, you'd be good company. So my sister and her friends. And I think we never even talked about it. So they went home, showered, changed, whatever, and they were like, we are here, where are you? This guy promised to come. If they didn't have their own cash, every time my sister hears about this story, she wants to skin me alive. And then she called me. Have you seen your boyfriend? I told my sister. No, they're like, he's supposed to be going abroad. Then I told her, that is news. Like, I'm getting that for the first time from you. I do not know if he's going abroad. But I knew that this guy was a serial liar. And he would lie about things that I don't know why even he was even lying about them. So I was like, if he told you he's flying, then that's your story. For me, I do not know if he's flying. He never showed up. Just like that, he never showed up. So this guy used to call me. Calls. It's with this guy that I knew somebody can call you for 30 times. Like somebody can call you 30 times, 60 times. Like 10 messages at the same time. He calls you, you don't pick. The next thing is, I am looking for you, you're already in another relationship, you're doing this to me, you've been doing this to me. And I remember there's no single day like I never responded to his calls if we were just in good terms. But the moment we would have an issue, he would go drink himself silly, then start talking shit. Like that guy used to talk. So yes, I'm out of it. The mistakes I made that time that I am not making anymore. Like the guys who just want you to spend everything. They want you to spend your money on them. They want you to spend your emotions on them, and they are giving nothing in return. For them, their comfort is key, but they do not care what. It's not bad to support a man. It is not wrong to support a man, but do not meet a man and show this guy that it is okay. I can do anything. I'm going to support you financially. I'm going to give you everything. Apparently, most men or some men really love to be financed by ladies, and in return they don't even give their all to that kind of relationship. They will look for somebody else to spend the money you're even spending on them. So for me that was the first thing. Like I do not what I did back then, buying new food, buying new everything, doing everything, then at the end of the day I have nothing emotionally, financially. I was drained. So I can talk more and more and more and more and more. If I just realized there's something I didn't say about dating a narcissist, but the worst thing that some people, some of them are violent. And then another thing about this guy is he used to make you feel bad about the situation. Like he's the one on the wrong. But he wants to stand there and make you feel like you're the one doing nothing about it. You are the problem. And I was actually apologizing. I was actually just saying, hey, I'm so wrong for this guy receiving this guy's call. It was not meant to be. It was looking back, I say I gave my all. And thankfully, I've never met such a guy. And I think I've really, there are red flags. The things, the men who, you just look at them, indulge into some conversation, and you just know where this thing is heading to, especially if you've been there before. So for me, I think from that, like after that, the people I dated, I really looked into them deeply before committing myself to such kind of men. So yes, I came out alive. I came out safe. I know there were worst cases, but for me, even in my dating life, that was the worst kind of a guy that I ever dated. While it was one of the relationships that I decided to give my all, like I decided to say that if there's anything someone can make out of a relationship, that this is going to be it. So I just say, people can be so different. So take care of yourself and just prioritize yourself. And if it's too much, just exit. But what makes me wonder is that I tried so many times to exit, but it was so tough. Like he wouldn't let me. Even when after I got into another relationship, he still would call in the wee hours of the night. And there's a time I just told my new boyfriend, please talk to this guy. And he was so rude. He said, what are you doing with your life? Give back the phone to the owner. You are not a PA. And we struggled to let him go. Like he still used to call, text, inbox, ask for friend requests using different numbers. So yes, but for me, I knew I was done. In fact, the moment he said it is a break, I was done. And he called, come for your things. I told him go with everything, because that is a dusted face of my life. So yes, have you ever met such a man? Are there weird behaviors that you find with your partner and you don't even understand what happens? Is it the right time to leave? Not even myself, I do not know the right time to leave. But sometimes when you're fed up, when the system is all tired, it just comes to a halt. And however much it is hard, because those people know that you are the best, and they know that you try your best to make them who they are. So when they realize you're leaving, they really want to block you by all means. But when you finally make it out, then you know that was a toxic relationship. So yes, thank you so much. That was a long one, but hopefully you get one or two. You share whatever you have, whatever kind of relationship that you are in. At the end of the day, take care of yourself. It is about you, and just be out there and be careful about who you bring into your life. Otherwise, thank you so much. Kindly subscribe. See you next week in our next video.